Poison's Crouch Fierce now pushes back less on block. This is a very dominant button in some matchups, despite its long commitment. Poison could easily keep some characters out. It also has a slightly wider hurt box in recovery. It's more feasible for the opponent to punish Poison with something like a sweep. Heart Rate also has a longer lingering hurt box, again punishing Poison players who used it at close range. Every other change Poison has ties into VS1. Now she can attack at the lowest point of the swing, which means you get combos even if you land at point blank. This gives you some nice B&Bs that also build V-meter. From this low point, you're too low to hit the RTCs. So your main ender seems to be jump roundhouse. But you can use jump forward if you want to juggle an EX. Normally after EX Shocking Heal, you want to ignore the early cancel and go for an Air TC, which is the strongest ender, but mid-screen it can be difficult to chase a back rise. Poison has a couple of new juggles off of EX Heal mid-screen. This one has slightly lower damage, but always gives great Oki on either rise. You can also now juggle a light flip kick, which does the same damage as the Air TC, but leaves you closer. Unfortunately, it's still difficult to meaty both rises, so mid-screen I actually do recommend the double jump medium kick one. Note that neither new combo works in the corner. So just keep using Air TC. I did find various other light flip kick juggles. But for all of them, you can alternatively use heavy Shocking Heal, which is stronger and still has good Oki. Molotov can now be cancelled into VS1 for some nice juggles. Same for all versions of EX Heart Raid. On either hit. From EX Low Heart Raid, this actually does significantly more damage than the light up kick ender. For EX Mid Heart Raid, it combos from the first hit but not the second. It's a good confirming option on hit, I suppose. EX Heavy Heart Rate generally has no juggle, but a cancel to VS1 gives a meaty on quick stand or back roll. Both VS1 itself and its heavy air normal follow-ups lost a little V-meter build to compensate for the fact that it's much easier to use now. One thing I have to address is that VS1 is actually pretty crazy on block now. If the opponent blocks it, jump mediums are a true block string that's plus after landing. No longer can the opponent block then anti-air. In fact, jump roundhouse doesn't even have a 3-frame gap point blank. Of course, VS1 still whiffs on crouching opponents. And Poison can't cancel it early if it does. So it's mostly good for meaties on the 4 stand frame. It can be beaten by frame 1 crouching normals, but it does crush those and other reversal buttons. VS1 was definitely the weakest part of Poison's kit, and mostly because it was redundant with VS2, which was basically the same thing but better. VS2 keeps a repositional edge, but actually seems to have worse combo options now, so VS1 is definitely looking like a viable choice. I don't have much to say in terms of a retrospective for Poison. Overall, she was slept on, buffed, and then discovered, and now people consider her to be quite strong. In fact, I think she was one of the best characters who wasn't significantly nerfed.